Softness creators will destroy us all. By Maximilian Robespierre. Why do you think so? As we go through this lesson, let's find out the answer. For now, let's fill this. Let's try to guess the word. This word is an ancient collection of interrelated animal fables in Sanskrit verse and prose, arranged within a frame story. The surviving work is dated to roughly 200 BCE to 300 CE, based on older oral tradition. Very good. This word is Panchatantra. So this is the introduction of our lesson. For our learning objectives, at the end of the lesson, the student should be able to describe the main characters, identify the important events in the story, construct own solution to the problem, and relate the moral of the story in real-life situation. This is the story of the crafty crane and the craftier crab. This is a Panchatantra story. And now, let us watch and understand the story of the crafty crane and the craftier crab.
Once upon a time in the jungle of Sundarban, there was a pond full of fish. The pond was surrounded by lush green grass on all sides. On the bank of this very pond lived a big fat crane. His name was Beaky. Beaky was having a gala time as he grabbed and ate as many fish as he wanted every day. But as they say, nothing lasts forever. After a few years, Beaky grew old and weak. Now he lacked the skill and the energy to hunt and feed himself. So he came up with a wily plan. One day, Beaky sat on the bank of the pond and started weeping loudly, so that everyone around him could hear him. All the fish gathered around him. Peebo, a small but clever crab who lived in the same pond with the fish, also got curious to know the reason behind Beaky's sadness. Peebo, being a good guy, came up to him and asked the reason for his grief. "Hey, Uncle Beaky, you look sad. I have never seen you like this before. What happened?"
"How to tell you, my child? I just feel sorry for all you little angels. All my life I fed on you, but now I have taken an oath to not eat any of you."
"That's rather a good thing, Uncle Beaky. Why are you crying then?"
My poor little Peebo, how should I tell you? I don't think you all can hear the truth about what's going to come in the future.
Go on, we are listening.
I have lived in this place for all my life. I know this place very well. And as far as my understanding goes, this lake that we all live in is going to dry up pretty soon.
What? Really? But how and why?
I have heard from a learned and wise eagle who lives up above in the sky that there is going to be no rain in this place for the next 12 years. And hence the water is going to dry up and all of you are going to find it difficult to survive.
Everyone is taken aback on hearing this news. They look at each other with dismay and fear.
Uncle Beaky, are we all going to die? Is there no way out? Actually, there is a way out. I know of this place nearby which has a large pond full of water. Not only it has abundance water in it, but it is also beautifully covered with bright pink lotuses.
But how can we go there? None of us has seen the place that you are talking about. Moreover, if these fish come out of the water, they all will die anyway.
I can help you with that. Every day I can take a few of you inside my long beak with some water in it and fly you to the new pond. This way you all will be there in a few weeks. Thus you all can survive and live happily ever after.
Peebo and the fish contemplated on Beaky's idea. They were a bit skeptical as they feared the unknown. Beaky understood the situation and came up with some really convincing words.
I know what you all are thinking. You are afraid of the fact that I am lying to you and I may eat all of you up. But listen to me, my dear friends. All my life I have fed on you. So now it's my time to show some gratitude and do some good deeds before I die. Even though I am old and feeble, I promise you all that I will try my best to make sure that all of you reach the new pond safely. On hearing this, everybody sympathized with Beaky, and finally they all agreed to Beaky's plan. As time went by, every day Beaky took the few of them into his beak on the pretext of carrying them to the new pond. But he had an evil plan in his mind. Rather than helping the poor little fish, he ate them all on the way. One by one, all fish were eaten up. Now it was Peebo's turn to fly with Beaky to the new pond. But Peebo was no ordinary crab. He smelt the danger and got aware about Beaky's evil intentions. He played a mind game with Beaky.
Uncle Beaky, are you seriously going to carry me in your beak? What if you get hurt by my sharp big claws? I would never want to hurt a kind person like you. Beaky fell for Peebo's plan.
So what to do then, Peebo?
I can sit on your back with my claws around your neck. This way you won't get hurt.
That sounds like a good plan. Come on, crawl up onto my back.
Peebo sat on Beaky's back. As Beaky started flying, after a while, Peebo realized that the second pond was nowhere to be seen. All he could spot was big rocky lands. Slowly, Beaky started descending to the ground. As they came closer to the ground, Peebo saw many fish skeletons lying around the rocky region. By this point, Peebo had understood Beaky's cruel intentions. Peebo grabbed his neck with his sharp claws and clutched it with all his power. He got suffocated and fell to the ground. Peebo walked free with his head held high and lived happily ever after.
And now that we have watched the story, what do you think the story is implying to us? Okay, very good. That's why at the beginning, I told you a quote that tells about creepers. We should always think of this. Do not trust anyone blindly and always look for any possible motive. And when things go wrong, use your wit to overcome the situation. We have here an activity. With your pair, use a Venn diagram to describe the unique characteristics of the antagonist and the protagonist, their differences and similarities based on the story. For individual output, here are questions to ponder. First, what are the main events that led to the downfall of the antagonist in the story? Second, if you are the crab, how are you going to handle the crane after knowing that he is fooling you? And last, what are the important things the story taught you and how are you going to apply it in real life situations? Thank you everyone and have a good day.